going to be cooking up really simple, really fast snack today. I mean, this is great, this snack. You can have it, if you've got a bit of a sweet tooth, you can have it for breakfast in the mornings, or otherwise, just as a snack, whenever you fancy it, because it only takes 10 minutes to actually make the whole lot, and also it's so cheap to make. I'm just going to run you through the ingredients we're going to use. First of all, we've got the bread there. Now, I've just got a couple of sticks of bread, 2 or 3 days old. Doesn't have to be fresh bread. You can use any bread you want, really. So I'm just going to slice these up diagonally to make them look a bit pretty. Then we're going to soak the bread in milk. So let it soak up all that milk. Then we dip it into some beaten egg, fry it up in the frying pan, turn it over, get it a nice golden brown colour, and then finally we dip it in some sugar and cinnamon powder that's been mixed together, and it is finger licking good. Now I'm just going to cut the bread up. As I say, you can just do it, I'd say about 1 inch thick for each one, really. You know, it doesn't matter too much. Like so. And again, this one, if you wanted to, you can just cut it along there like that. I mean, you can make as much of this as you like. You haven't got to make all this, you can just make a small amount if you want. So I've got those ready. I'm just going to put those into a little sort of pan, and I'm going to pour some milk on so they soak up all that milk. So I'm just going to lay the bread just in the bottom there. I'm just going to pour milk over the top of that lot. So we just leave that to soak it up a little bit, and I might just turn them over if I need to, or add a bit more milk if it sort of all gets sucked up. Now just left that for a few minutes, so I'm just going to flip them over so we get it nicely coated on both sides. You have to be careful with them, you don't sort of break them up, because they are, when they get a bit soggy, they get a bit soft. So I'm just going to turn them over and try and soak up what we got there. So I've just turned those over, and I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of milk just to go over the top. That's it. So whilst I'm waiting for the bread to soak up the milk, I'll just put that aside, and we're going to get on with beating the egg. I'm going to season the egg, just a bit of salt really. I'm then just going to beat the egg. Just try and mix it all together really, just for a minute or so. Do that with a fork if you haven't got one of these. There you go, that'll do. So now we've got the egg done and we've got the bread in the milk. We're ready, and let's get on with the cooking. So we're going to get on with the cooking then. First of all, I'm just going to pour in a fair amount of oil. So let's just get a few good glugs of that in. Now you can use any oil for doing this, but you want a fair amount in there, because don't forget the thickness of the bread. You want to kind of cook halfway round each side so you can flip it over. Just going to turn the heat on. I'm going to start it off around about a sort of medium heat, because you want it fairly hot so that when you put the egg bread in there, it kind of forms a coating quite quickly. You don't want to put it in on too low a temperature, otherwise I think the bread kind of sucks up the oil. And I'm just putting in the bread into the egg like that, and we just keep doing that with all of those, and I'm just going to pop them into the oil. Make sure it's hot enough first. No, we'll go a little bit longer yet, just get it a little bit hotter. I'm going to give it a go now. So straight from the egg, straight into the light. So again, pop another one in there, and I'll just carry on doing that with all the rest. You might not get them all in the same pan, you might have to do it in sort of 3 or 4 panfuls. And again, if you need a little bit more egg, you can always just add another egg in. So I'll just let those cook away, really just for a minute or two on one side, and then I'm going to flip them over. So I'm just going to quickly flip that over. Just starting to get a nice golden brown colour. And again, you can flip them one more time if you want. These two are stuck together. That's it. Got them all flipped over. Make sure the heat's high enough. You don't want it too low. So now I've got those cooking away. I might just flip them one more time. But now what I'm going to do is make up the sugar and cinnamon sort of powder dip. Now for making a dip, you can just use sort of any white sugar really. That'll do. And again, some cinnamon. You want a fair amount of cinnamon. You almost want the colour to be a sort of browny colour. That'll do. Just like that. So I've got my bread that we sort of fried up in the pan with the egg on it, so like egg bread if you like, and it's got a lovely golden brown colour on it. So let's pull those aside, and we literally just pick one of those, just dip it in like that, give it a shake, and you've really got it all ready to go. Now let's just try this. Oh, nice and moist in the middle, where it's sucked up all that milk. Firm on the outside. That cinnamon and sugar, lovely. A lovely combination. That is absolutely gorgeous. So I've just dipped those last ones off. So I thought I'd just present them here on a plate for you, so you can see what they're like. Help yourself to some finger licking food. Push the plate back when you finish. Thanks for watching and enjoy.